For 10 years, I nearly killed myself in showbiz with some incredible highs, but even lower lows. Until one day, I walked outside and began to dig in the dirt as a form of Zen therapy. I didn't know what I was making, I just knew I didn't need network approval to do it. A deck turned into a small putting green, which turned into a mini golf course, which turned into charity events, and the news coming out because I themed one hole with an actual DeLorean time machine. GolfCon was named as one of the coolest backyards of all time, and then was featured in the documentary Back in Time. And then while taping a bit for our Labor Day charity event for the Sabin Community Clinic, I interviewed Getty Watanabe, best known as Long Duck Dong from 16 Candles. And suddenly that Zen garden I started to avoid show business grew into a show. Turns out it's really fun to wear funny hats, share a beverage, play mini golf, and talk about life.
Oh! You have no idea.
Wait.
I keep trying to tell people how hard it is. I've done that every show.
And you make it look like it's nothing. Okay, how did you figure out how to build that?
Dude, I'm a genius. It never occurred to me what your name was. And I saw one of your pictures. I saw, hey, he got to meet Bill Murray.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then I'm like, God, he's in a lot of fucking pictures with Bill Murray. And then I made the connection, and then I'm freaking out.
I was on Dharma and Greg like 4 years, and all of a sudden Chuck Lorre comes over to me and goes, wait, you're Bill Murray's brother? But
oh shit, that beats my Facebook
It was
story.
kind of cool to hear that, well, yeah, I got hired and I've been on the show for 4 years and he didn't even know I was his brother.
You posted a picture of you hanging out with Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Like hanging out, not like, hey, I was backstage. No, you're just playing pool with him and his brothers.
Well, yeah, when we were kids and I was doing the show, you know, I got to hang out a lot.
You were the voice of
I was the
Michael
voice
Jackson.
of Michael Jackson on the Jackson 5 cartoon show.
There's a new product out now that is getting a lot of, it's a cup. So we bleed our
the free bleeding cup. Yeah, I know all about that. Yeah, I have seen that. I have seen that in my own fucking house. But we're not gonna do. And she's the cameraman.
I know. Does it work?
Does it work?
Does?
Oh, God.
I can't imagine it working.
This had to be.
It's like, I know. All I think about, the first time I saw it, I'm like, there's no way. Like, the cup is gonna overflow and...
Oh my God, am I red?
I had inadvertently created a format for a long-form interview that has the laid-back appeal of comedians in cars getting coffee, but with an element of friendly competition.
Whoa!
That was a really good shot.
I let the guests spin the wheel of fish to add strokes to my score to keep it fair.
No!
And then they rub it in my face when they stay ahead.
You're so stupid! No, I'm just kidding.
That's a very nice putt, sir.
Well, that would be a hole-in-one. Now, here's my question. That is what we're supposed to do, right? Because it's, I mean, isn't that the, am I confused? Why did you take 2 strokes?
Right.
I just don't get it why you did 2.
I didn't get the DeLorean.
Are you kidding? What is this?
And most guests want to ride in the time machine, but that can prove tricky.
I can see already I'm not going to fit in this car. And if I do, it's going to be tight. Okay. Wow. I am in.
You were so funny. Was there any point in your career where you were like, I'm going to try to lose some weight to get some acting gigs? Did that ever cross your mind?
It's funny. Well, of course it crosses your mind. And especially as you get older, because, you know, we also have your heart to think about. But, as crazy as it sounds, I'm very heart healthy, as they call it.
Well, clearly you run.
Yeah, clearly I run.
The focus inevitably is more personal because I tend to be open about my failures, which allows guests to follow suit.
Did you say you were divorced or something? You got divorced or something like that? How many? 3 times? What's wrong with you?
I know, right?
Did we ever look at our grandparents and go, oh, you ugly motherfucker? Oh, good, I'd be like, oh my gosh, comedy intervention, I love it. That's hilarious.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
You and Bill were going to do a talk show where you played golf with the guests.
We've talked about it,
Right.
But it turns out Billy's busy and doesn't need the money, but I am still available.
You had something until hats and mini golf.
So that frees up guys without hats on real golf courses.
Touche.